afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is that you are tuning in. This is Unapologetically Me, featuring me. No special guest, just me. So, diving right into part 2 or video 2 or whatever the heck you want to call it. We're just going to jump right in because you already know what we're talking about and you're waiting for it. So, here we go. This is going to be breaking down the timeline of Saturday, May 8th, 2021 and into the wee hours of Sunday, May 9th. All right, are we ready? I'm ready. I'm ready to do this. So, 11:45 p.m. Tristyn and her family returned home from being out to dinner, and they also made a stop over at Tristyn's adult sister's home where they hung out for a little bit. There's actually a video posted to Tristyn's memories of this evening, just little videos, snippets. One is, and this was later found by police. These were saved to her memories, so they weren't public to what I understand. One of them shows her at dinner with family. The other one is a video of her playing with her sister's pets, and the other one is of her with a pink vape, which actually is the identical to the pink vape that is found next to her body when she's found. She's wearing a black t-shirt with pink written on the back in white. Not this again. And black sweatpants. And this is what she is wearing when her body is found. 12 a.m. Tristyn is observed by another sister of hers, so they're home at this point. One of her other sisters sees her on a video chat with a white male wearing a white baseball cap turned backwards. The sister is not sure who this kid is, but when Tristyn was speaking to him on the phone, she was wearing a white t-shirt and little black shorts, assuming she was wearing that to bed. At 12:25 a.m., Tristyn gets another phone call from a schoolmate, later found to be Aiden Fucci. According to the incident report, Aiden was over at one of their mutual friends. His name is Trey. That's what he goes by, so that's what we will be calling him. After Trey offers to invite Tristyn to sneak out and come over with no luck, Aiden decides to ask Trey for Tristyn's phone number so that he can call Tristyn and see if he can convince her himself. She obviously ends up agreeing because at 12:30 a.m., Trey says that she arrives at his home by sneaking in through the north side of the house to avoid their family's surveillance cameras. 1 a.m., Trey says that Tristyn left with Aiden after they hung out mostly alone outside, smoking CBD. Trey says that he was tired and he wanted to go to bed, and he told them that they needed to leave. He says that when they left, it was somewhere between 1 and 1:10 a.m. At 1:24 a.m., surveillance cameras of the North Amenity Center in the neighborhood sees two figures walking down the sidewalk there. This is located in their Derby Crossing neighborhood, just a little amenity center, which you can see here. Aiden never mentions this in any of his interviews, just throwing that out there. That is one thing that he has never said. He never said that they ever were there, walking past it, or otherwise. 1:45 a.m., home surveillance cameras on Saddlestone Drive capture the same two figures walking in the direction of a wooded area and retention pond. This is the area where Tristyn's body would eventually be found. The male in the footage is significantly taller than the female. He's wearing a light-colored hoodie, blue jeans, and he is wearing white Nike shoes with a black Nike logo, that swoosh. The female is wearing a black shirt and black pants and what appear to be black shoes. So here is that footage. At 3:27 a.m., almost 2 hours later, the male from this video is seen returning from that wooded area. He is running barefoot and he's carrying his shoes. They are the same shoes with that Nike swoosh. And at 3:32 a.m., Aiden is seen on the surveillance camera of his own home carrying these shoes and going inside. So here is that footage. So that brings us into Sunday, May 9th, the actual morning, when most people wake up. And this is Mother's Day. 9:40 a.m. One of Tristyn's sisters had gone to Tristyn's room to try to wake her to begin making breakfast with the other siblings for their mother, for Mother's Day. When she went in there, she noticed that Tristyn was not in there. They started looking for her. The family searched the entire house, inside, outside, could not find her. Forrest Bailey, Tristyn's father, went and searched the North Amenity Center to see if she had gone out for some reason or was hanging out down there for whatever purpose. Did not find her there either. Her phone went straight to voicemail, and any location for any of the apps that she had, such as Life 360 and Snapchat, had been turned off. Tristyn did not have the Find My iPhone app installed on her phone, unfortunately. At 10 a.m., after all of this searching and phone calls, and they just can't find her anywhere, Stacy calls 911, where Stacy Bailey, which is Tristyn's mother, calls 911 and asks to speak to an officer and to report her daughter to be missing. Stacy told officers that recently Tristyn had been hanging out with some friends in the neighborhood, that she had been a little standoffish lately and she was going into her room a lot, but she never talked about any plans to run away or harming herself. The only thing that was negative that Tristyn had been saying recently was that she felt like she couldn't do anything right, or she didn't do anything right. Her father, Forrest, accessed her phone records and determined that the last text that she sent out was to a 407 area code. This could be a mistake. I don't know. AT&T does not have record of this, but her father does have this on his call log from her phone. So that is the 407 area code is Orlando, Florida, and they live in Jacksonville. So that's about a 2.5 hour 2.5 hours away from where they live. So I don't know what that could have possibly been. That could have just been some random thing. Who knows? They've never really brought it up again. So unless it's brought up at trial, I don't think at this point it has relevance. The parents also said that they were unaware that she snuck out the night before, or of her sneaking out any other night. 2:23 p.m. a ping was ordered for Tristyn's cell phone to attempt to locate that device, assuming that, or hoping and believing that it would be near her or with her. So locating that phone would locate her. 2:54 p.m. Trey is interviewed after calling the police and telling them that Tristyn had in fact snuck over to his house the night before and that she had left with a boy named Aiden Fucci. Trey stated that Tristyn came to his home at about 12:30 a.m. She didn't stay long. She left the house with Aiden, and that was at around 1. Trey said that he believed that Aiden dropped Tristyn off at the front of her neighborhood and continued walking home. Trey believed that Tristyn got caught outside, maybe by her sister. He believed this because when Tristyn got to his house, she was a little upset and had said something like, "I think my sister saw me. God, I just want to run away." Trey believed Tristyn might be with a drug dealer who is in his early 20s. Trey allowed the detective to access his Instagram and Snapchat to access Tristyn's profiles. There were no Instagram posts recently, and the last Snapchat that she had put out was about 16 hours prior. Police deputy then went to Aiden's home to interview him based off of what Trey had said. Now, one thing that I wanted to say is their neighborhood where they live, and so they're at Trey's house, and I'm going to be posting pictures. I'm trying to give you an idea of where they came from to where they ended up. So Trey's house is kind of, if you're looking at the photo, down on the lower right hand side, and then Tristyn's house, if you go up North Durban Parkway, which is that long road, her house is kind of like center over to the left. So they would be walking up that road, and the cloister Bain is right about there, and she would make that left onto her street, and then Aiden would continue to walk up past the North Amenity Center over on the right, keep going until his neighborhood way up on the upper right over here. Right on the other end of his street, on the right behind it, is Saddlestone Drive. So that pond right there behind Aiden's home, and Aiden's back of his house is to the back of Saddlestone Drive house that caught the surveillance footage. So is that confusing? I'm sorry. I'm just trying to give you guys a visual of what it looked like. So and then those woods over to that far right area is where she was found. So now during the interview with Aiden, he told officers that he did leave Trey's house with Tristyn at around 1 a.m. and that they walked down North Durban Parkway, where Tristyn then turned onto her street to go home, as I showed you. He said he continued along North Durban Parkway and stated that he got home between 3 and 3:30 a.m. Now, I showed you where their homes are located, and here they are again. So as you can see, they are quite a bit far apart. However, if he left at 1 a.m. and got home at 3:30, which we do have that video of him entering his home at 3:32 a.m., that would mean it took roughly 2 hours for him to go from Trey's home to his home, which is actually just 1.4 miles away. Google Maps says that a walking distance that would take about 28 minutes, so way off. So he then when police confronts him about this little discrepancy, he then changes his story. He tells police that they both continued to walk north along North Durban Parkway and got into an altercation after he kissed Tristyn, and she responded by grabbing his area. Whatever. Aiden stated that it made him pissed. So he forcefully pushed Tristyn to the ground, where she fell and hit her head. He then said he just turned and walked away. And because he was dizzy from smoking CBD earlier that evening, he said he couldn't remember whether or not Tristyn got up. He just walked, and after that, he just walked around alone, looking up at stars. So how wonderful for him. Based on Aiden's statements and the fact that he changed his story a couple of times, as well as some Snapchats that came to his attention while he was interviewing Aiden, the deputy believed that a crime may have occurred, and so at that point he read him his rights. Aiden invoked his Fifth Amendment right and declined any further statements to police, and was released to his parents, who were still at the NAC, or North Amenity Center, to await further investigation. It was at this point that the parents requested an attorney. At 3 p.m., SVU detectives attempted to make contact with 2 of Tristyn's female friends. No one was at home at the time, but the detective was able to get a hold of the father of the 2 girls, and they spoke via phone. The father stated that his daughter had contacted Trey earlier in the day and was told that Tristyn and another boy and he snuck out in the middle of the night and that they were hanging around the North Amenity Center. Trey said that he and the other boy, which he did not name names, went home, which he meant Aiden, went home, but that Tristyn was going to hang out with a 22-year-old drug dealer named Carlo. 3:29 p.m. The patrol supervisor identified Tristyn's cell phone number with AT&T and was forwarded all of the pings via email. The location showed a 2,500 meter radius, the center of that radius being within a wooded area south of the Loop Nursery, located at 4842 Racetrack Road. It was no longer actively sending signals. 4:29 p.m., police received an email with a photo attachment of a Snapchat message. This was a snap of Aiden in the back seat of the patrol car taking a selfie while holding up the peace sign, and the text banner said, "Hey, has anybody seen Tristyn lately?" I mean, seriously, dude. Like, let's just pause. I'm trying not to make any commentary until the end, but really, dude, really? You need clout that badly that you literally are going to post a Snapchat in the back of a patrol car about a missing girl while you are about to be questioned about this missing girl? Yeesh. You know, my sound effects, I'm sorry, but I don't know what else to say sometimes. Okay. So this message seemed to have been forwarded at least twice at that point, but it also had because it also had additional banners on it, reading "What the WTF, Aiden?" and "You were with her, Aiden. You know what happened to her." So I don't know what he was expecting when he put this out there, but people already knew at that point that they were together the night before. They already knew all of that. And here he is posting it. What is he thinking people are going to start to say? So obviously some people were like, what are you, thinking? And they were disturbed by this and they sent it to the police. So the police have it. They actually got it while they were already in questioning him. So a lot of things in this case are happening at the exact same time. So I'm sorry if sometimes it doesn't make sense or it seems like repetitive, but a lot of things are happening at the exact same time as other things. So I'm just trying to do the best I can to make it make sense. So here's the snap video of that.
We're having fun in a fucking cop car.
Yep. Tristyn.
What's up, guys?
Yep.
Tristyn, if you fucking walk out the damn...
When you see this in a month...
Fucking assault rifle on this bitch.
Oh my god.
God damn, dude has fucking like flashbangs and shit back there.
4:50 p.m., Department of Law Enforcement Missing and Endangered Persons requested a missing child alert for Tristyn. And at 5:10 p.m., the Bailey family is being interviewed. At 6 p.m., a phone interview was done with a female classmate of Aiden who told officers that Aiden was trying to encourage her to sneak out as well that night, the night of May 8th, last night, when she refused because her mother wouldn't let her and she was refusing to sneak out, he called her a bunch of derogatory names. She stated to the detectives, "It could have been me." Chilling. And you know what? I know boys like this. Unfortunately, by now I have daughters and there are boys like this and I don't understand what the hell is wrong with them. They feel like they're entitled to have a girl that they like do whatever they want her to do. And if she says no, then all of a sudden she's a slut. She's a whore. She's this. She's that. And it's like, dude, I'm exact opposite of that. That's why I won't do what you're asking me to do. No, I'm not going to sneak out with you. No, I'm not going to make out with you. No, I'm not going to do A, B, and C. I respect my body. I respect myself. Oh, well, you're just a dirty whore and a dirty slut. I have seen them be this way. I've seen the messages on my own kids' phones. It is disgusting. And it takes everything that I have in me not to want to grab that phone and respond to that kid. Like as if I'm the 12 or 13-year-old girl he's talking to. But I say block them. Forget about it. It's not going to go anywhere. Unfortunately, they just think that they're entitled these days. So, sorry, I just went off on a tangent. 6:06 p.m., a 911 call comes in. This is from a man who was jogging in the area. He kind of veered off a little bit to take a little peek around Saddlestone Drive, and he discovered what he believed to be a deceased female. 6:15 p.m., Tristyn Bailey is pronounced dead. Whew. Yeah. So, I'm going to stop now. The next video that I make is going to be of the crime scene, what was found there, what condition she was in. It will then go into the autopsy after that, and we have some more interviews with other friends. Another interview with Trey, where he definitely talks a lot differently about Aiden than he did in his first interview. It very much looks like the first interview he was trying to cover for Aiden, but I think upon realizing that Aiden may possibly actually be guilty of this crime, and then now Tristyn has been found dead, not just missing, he took it a lot more seriously. So, very interesting interview with him, with his father present, coming up. So, you guys have a great night, and I will get back to you as soon as possible with the rest of these videos. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, please subscribe, comment. I'm open to everything, and talk to you guys later.
Yeah, 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 yeah.